All right, recording episode number 2. So, just a couple of things on the Starship launch that I've seen that nobody else has mentioned. And I've watched a lot of videos of this launch. So, the first is nobody has mentioned anything about the liquid oxygen, basically just getting drained super fast. So, if you watch this clip, you'll see that in the beginning, for most of the flight, the liquid oxygen goes down pretty steadily. But here at T plus, oh, it's going to be about T plus 50, the liquid oxygen basically just drains super fast. So I wonder if that has any effect or why that was or what that could have caused that. So here, I'll show you here with a couple second intro.
What a sight from the ground cameras at Starbase. We're flying at twice the thrust of the Saturn V heading to space.
Oppositional signal, surface proceed.
We're throttled down and throttled back up. Going through the period of maximum aerodynamic pressure.
So, not sure why that was or what could have caused that, but I've not heard that out there on any of the YouTube videos. So, if you have comments, if you have ideas, suggestions, throw it in the comments below. Okay, the other thing is that a lot of people said that it failed to separate. I actually think that might not be entirely true. It seems more likely that the engines failed to shut off, so failure of main engine cutoff. The reason why I say that is because this is the timeline, and you can see that before the stages separate, the engines are supposed to cut off. And so to me, the problem is not that, it failed to separate because the clamps failed to disengage or there were too many, torque forces or whatever on the ship, but it seems like the engines just failed to turn off, which is a really strange problem. It's probably a simple explanation for that, but I'm not a rocket scientist. Okay, so, and actually, if you listen to the live stream, the commentator actually supports this theory that the engines are supposed to first cut off and then there's supposed to be stage separation. Okay, so here, if you listen to this clip, you will hear the commentator say what I just said, that first engines will cut off, after that, stage separation.
100 seconds into flight. Our next major activity is going to be shutdown of the first stage.
Right there.
Houston Tracking Station now acquiring the vehicle. With shutdown, we will get separation of Starship from Super Heavy and ignition of the Starship engines.
Yep, so after shutdown, then you will get separation. But engines never shut down, so if you guys have any ideas what could possibly explain that, let me know. Okay, the third thing is that everybody said that this thing was doing cartwheels, which might not be true. So instead of doing cartwheels, which possibly the third one was a true cartwheel, it may have just been doing a precession. So if you look at a pen, right, a pen could be doing cartwheels like a booster, or it could just simply be doing, let's see, a precession like a top. And I imagine if you're looking at it from the bottom, it would probably look like cartwheels, right? Like that. So here, rocket is going up, and this would look like, well, here. And then rocket was going up, and then it sort of like went over to the left and did this full loop-de-loop like that. And it sort of did it 3 times. So people were saying those were cartwheels. But those are not. A cartwheel would have been like that, right? So this entire time, it's still facing towards me, right? So if you do it up, it's a little bit more difficult to see, but it might just be doing one of these, right? So, and the other thing you can do is you can watch the altitude. So for the first two loop-de-loops, we'll say, the altitude is still going up, right? Whereas if the rocket is going up and then it does a loop-de-loop like that, you would think the altitude would be going down. Now, of course, momentum will continue to keep it going up, but just keeping it simple. So you can see the altitude keeps going up until the third one, but it's very possible it was just doing a precession and not a full cartwheel. Okay, so let's check this out.
Sequence. If all goes well, those 6 engines will burn for almost 6.5 minutes. Onboard view from Starship. And there's views of the Raptor engines on the second stage as we prepare for stage separation. Now, after stage separation, the first stage will flip.
Sorry, forgot to mention, you can watch this guy down here also, and it's always pointing up or sideways. It is never actually pointing down. It does flip, not quite sure what's up with that, but in any case. Okay, so where were we?
And begin a boost back maneuver for landing in the Gulf.
Probably doing one of these. Okay, yeah, like that. Going. Oh, wait, no, which way?
Continuing to fly. 2 minutes 40 seconds. Let's get ready for main engine cutoff.
Right. So you could. Okay, like this.
Booster engine cutoff.
Beginning the flip for stage separation.
Here it's still pointing towards me. Looks like it's going down. Okay, there. Then there it does a pretty intense maneuver. Okay. And then it just keeps on doing this circular precession. And altitude is now constant. And now it's going
As of right now, we are awaiting stage separation, where Starship should separate from the Super Heavy booster.
As I would think.
Yeah, Kate, right now it looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that
I think you get the point. So anyways, just a couple of things I saw there. So would love to hear your thoughts on it. So smash that like button and subscribe